So welcome back to the channel, guys. You join me in my 2016 Audi A6 Avant, and it's been quite a while since I've done a video on this channel and indeed a video on this car. There's been a few different reasons why I haven't been able to really upload much on this vehicle, mainly being the fact that my wife has been using this car. We've had a few of the cars in our sort of family network that I have been using. We've been trying out a few of the different cars, so she's been using this car, and as such I just haven't had access to this car as much as I really wanted to. But a few things have changed a year or so down the line, and now I'm back to using this Audi A6 as my daily driver. So I thought, you know what, it's a good opportunity to maybe put the cameras on again, maybe make a few videos, and I've got a few videos planned that I'll be doing on this car. But I also wanted to show you, well, two things. I wanted to show you the condition that the car's in, that I've got it back from my wife. Exactly. And also a few plans that I maybe have for the vehicle as well. I've done a few modifications on the car. You might have seen some of my other videos. So a few modifications possibly, potentially planned, still in the really thinking about it process, but more so than anything, just to show you the car again, because the last time I showed you this car, I'm fairly certain it would have been in very, very good condition. Now, not so good. So today is the 1st of October, and in Newcastle upon Tyne, or the northeast area, this is the day that the dogs are allowed back on the beaches for the first time. So the dogs are allowed on the beach for the winter months, so it's really, really good day for Cooper. You might see him in the back of the car there. He's resting on the back seats purely because the boot is full of crap. So we're having to use the back seats, but I do intend to give this car a full clean, a full valet, because it's absolutely filthy. But I think what I'll do is I'll start with some of the modifications that I'm potentially planning, and don't take these sort of too seriously, because they are just kind of thoughts at the moment. But I've had two main ideas really. The first one is that I was thinking about getting a van for work, right? And with a van, you know, you don't have to, but it's always a good idea to maybe get your van sort of stickered up or vinyled up, with your company details on. It's a little bit of advertising for your business. So I thought to myself, yeah, you know, I could do that. But then I had an idea that maybe I could do that with this Audi A6, says Gene. So I thought to myself, well, why not just not buy a van, because this car does have enough space for what I need. It would serve as a good business promotion vehicle, I guess. So with the help of AI, this is what I've kind of come up with. So I've got a few designs which you'll see on screen right now. Like I say, I'm just really in the thought process of doing this. I might go ahead with it, I'm not entirely sure, but there's a few different options, a few different color schemes which I think look really, really good. And obviously they should say, the one thing the AI doesn't do very well is it doesn't actually read out or type out the correct wording. So it's diagnostic world is what the wording should say on the vehicle. So I think it's a good little play and a good little opportunity to maybe do something a little bit standy outish and a little bit different with an otherwise run-of-the-mill Audi A6. Because I do love the car and I don't really want to get rid of it, but I might have to get rid of it if I was to go down the whole route of getting a van. Okay, so that's one of the thoughts. The other thought, again, this is a little bit crazy. This is a bit kind of out there, and it's like, well, I don't think I've seen it done anywhere before. I have searched. But I think it's a kind of a little bit of a craze at the moment, whereby people are lifting their cars and putting kind of like safari kits on them, so making them into like sort of all-terrain vehicles. And I thought that might actually be a good idea for this Audi A6 estate. It might not be a good idea, but I thought I haven't yet put that into the AI generator, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to try, I'll put them on screen if I get the chance to do it before this video goes live. But that's one of that. And then obviously while doing that, I could also put the business livery on as well, put the business logos on. So it kind of draws attention to the car. And it's just a bit of fun, really. That's what it's mainly about, having a bit of fun. The third option is, of course, just to do nothing, stick with it. And I know probably you guys will be like, yeah, option number 3, probably most likely is option number 1. But if I look into it and if it's viable, if it's feasible, then number 2 would also be a good little option, okay? So those are the plans going forward with the car. And I want to talk to you a little bit as well about the condition of the car. So the condition of the car that I've received it back in is absolutely filthy. It's a horrible day here, by the way. It's not a very good day to take the car to the dog to the beach, but here we go. I've been looking forward to this day, and so is he. I'm guessing he is. So yeah, it's absolutely filthy. There's just like dirt, grime, absolutely everywhere. I've already cleared out a load of like wrappers, sweet wrappers, crisp wrappers, juice bottles, pop bottles, because my wife is in here with my son, and she just seems to not care about it and doesn't clean it out. So there's the filthiness of the whole car. It's looking a lot better than it was right now, actually. But then also, I'm fairly sure all 4 of the alloys have been curbed as well. When I got this car 2 years ago, and all of the alloys were freshly refurbished for me to pick up the car. So it was all in like excellent condition. But again, I don't think women even give a crap about that. So all 4 alloys, I apologize if you're a woman watching, by the way, and you do look after your car. Not all women, I should say, not all women, because there are a lot of women who do take pride in their vehicles. My wife, unfortunately, is not one of them. But yeah, so the wheels are completely curbed, marked, scuffed, so it doesn't look very nice. And there's a few sort of marks and scratches around the car. Nothing too serious. I'm not going to sort of lay into it too much, but there is one other thing which is happening, and it's with regards to the gearbox action. I can't really say this is her fault because all she does is drive it, and this is probably a thing that would happen if I was driving the car. So I can't lay into it about this really. I think this is more fault with the vehicle, but I've noticed that since I've got it back, when I'm driving it, so let's say I'm sort of coming up to a set of traffic lights and I'm in second gear, and then we'll come to a complete stop, but the car stays in second gear, then all of a sudden it jerks into first gear. So that transition between second into first is never as smooth as it should. Now, I don't know whether it just needs a gearbox service. Maybe the oil needs changing. We're on 111,000 miles. I'm guessing that the gearbox oil has never been changed on this, so I'm hopeful that that might help. If not, will I need to take it to Audi to get a full, like a new flash on the ECU or something like that? I don't know. But that's where I stand with the vehicle. But driving it again actually is fantastic. It's so smooth, so comfortable, and I've missed that, to be honest with you. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to possibly keep it and not go down the route of buying a van, because vans aren't never as comfortable and it's never as smooth as something like this. So they're my thoughts, and yeah, pleased to be back daily driving the Audi A6 Avant again. So now we're in the middle of Newcastle upon Tyne. We've got about 10 miles until we get out to the coast, and we'll get Cooper on that beach for the first time. Can't wait. So we've come up on this little beach here and we turn around and there's a much bigger beach over there, but look at this. The waves today are absolutely crazy. I've not seen them like this for a long time. Come on then. So we're back in the car now and we're in search of the one ingredient that has been missing from this whole trip so far, and it's coffee.